was really well executed. So.
Tonight's player of the match, Ollie Watkins. I think we'll have time for 5 questions because we need to get away promptly. So if you want to raise your hand, we'll get you started. Simon Peach, yeah.
Congratulations, Ollie. Your life's never going to be the same again. Can you talk us through that moment and how you're feeling?
Lost for words, really. I was just trying to describe it to Andy there. When you score, there's emotions that come through your body, but this is just a different feeling. It was slow motion when I was running over to the boys and celebrating, and it was. I didn't want to get off the pitch at the end because I just wanted to soak it all in because it doesn't happen often, obviously.
It's the front here.
Hello, Ollie. Sam Wallace from the Telegraph. It'll be remembered as one of the great England goals. You got kicked by De Vrij a little bit earlier, just as you had a ball played in short to you and he came through the back of you. I mean, was it pure instinct, or did you have an idea about what you wanted to do when that ball came into you?
Sorry, you said he kicked me. Oh, oh yeah. The ball's come into me. Obviously, that's not the strongest side of my game, the hold-up play. But the goal is, that's my bread and butter, running in behind and causing the defence trouble. I said to Cole that he was we were both going to go on the pitch and he was going to set me up at half-time, and it happened. I manifested it, and as soon as he turned, I knew to make the move, and you don't get that opportunity very often, so I had to be greedy. I had to take it, and I've just seen it go into the bottom corner. I don't think I've hit a ball that sweet before, obviously in such a special moment as well.
Okay, Henry, second row, white shirt. Thank you.
Hi, Ollie. Congratulations, Henry Winter, World Soccer. When you were at Western-super-Mare on loan, did you ever lose your dream that things like this might happen to you?
No, I never thought I'd be playing in the Euros for England. Obviously you can dream, but I'm a realist. I just take day by day, one step at a time, and I was just focusing on getting back into the first team at Exeter. So I've not thought about that, but I've put in a lot of hard work to get to this point. It's not just this season; it's a cumulative, and I've worked hard to get to this point, and I'm going to enjoy every moment.
Just at the end there.
Ollie, Egil Sander from Norwegian NRK. I understand that you had the conversation with Cole Palmer before the match that kind of went through with the assist. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, to be honest, recently I've obviously got a little bit frustrated. I don't like to be on the bench. I've had the best season of my career, and I've had a few messages from my friends just saying, be patient, you're going to get an opportunity, and they feel like I've got a big part to play in the tournament. And the amount of people that have messaged me today saying I'm going to score tonight when I come on is ridiculous, and obviously they put it out into the universe, so hopefully they can do the same for the final, or even give me the lottery numbers.
Yeah.
Ollie, how many times as a kid have you dreamed about doing something like that for England, and also can you do it in the final for us now?
I didn't dream about that, to be honest. Yeah, I can't lie to you and say I've dreamed about that. Obviously, scoring for England is amazing, but I didn't think I'd be doing it in a tournament like that. But don't get me wrong, when I've been on the bench, I've definitely said to Dean Henderson, I can make a difference today. I need to get on that pitch, and yeah, obviously I've taken the chance and taken my chance when I got it and scored, and now we're in the final, and one last game.
Okay, last one here. Thanks.
Hi, Ollie. Just looking ahead to the final now, what do you expect from Spain now to go one more?
As you've seen, Spain are a great footballing team. So many good players, a lot of squad depth like ourselves, experience. So yeah, it's the most important game of our lives. But look, we are fully focused on that. But just going to try and enjoy tonight, and then tomorrow we focus on Spain.
Okay, congrats again, Ollie, and thank you, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Don't forget your trophy.
Good evening. Welcome to the press conference with Netherlands coach Ronald Koeman. If you could raise your hand when you'd like to ask a question, please, and wait for the microphone to arrive. So go ahead. First question, please. If you're in the front, second row. Yeah.
Hello, Egil from Norwegian NRK. What is your immediate feeling right now after losing the semi-final?
Disappointed about the final result in a match who started really good for us. After that, we had some difficulties in the midfield to stop the good players like Bellingham, Foden between the lines. We didn't control the game. We made some changes to control back in the game, and the feeling was in the last 20 minutes that we were the better team, attacking more. But then was the knockout in, I think it was 90 minutes. A great goal, and then it's over, and then that's difficult to accept.
Lady in the third row.
Hi Ronald, hier.
Oh ja.
Hoe heb je gekeken naar het penaltymoment met Dumfries? En daarnaast ook de vraag, ja, welk gevoel haal je überhaupt over aan dit EK nu je in de halve finale bent uitgeschakeld?
Nou, dit is gewoon een type beslissing van een VAR. En wat moet je doen als verdediger? Ik vind, dit is geen penalty, want hij wil de bal blokken en hij schiet die bal. En de schoen komt tegen elkaar aan. Maar ja, ik denk dat het voetbal kapot gaat door dit soort beslissingen vanwege de VAR. En voor de rest denk ik dat we, en dat is mijn gevoel, dat we trots mogen zijn op elkaar wat we gedaan hebben gedurende deze lange periode. En dus geen enkel kritiek naar de groep. We hebben gevochten als leeuwen, iedere wedstrijd. De ene keer beter dan de andere keer. Maar ook vanavond lag het heel dicht bij elkaar om wel aan de goede kant van de medaille te zitten. Maar helaas mag het niet zo zijn. Dus. En het blijkt ook wel als je zo'n support krijgt van zoveel mensen. Dat is een groot compliment aan hun, maar dat is ook een groot compliment aan de spelers. Want die hebben ergens in geloofd. En dat is mooi om te zien, maar daar hebben we nu niks aan. Maar dat gaat wel weer komen.
In the fourth row, yes.
Ronald, ja, hier. Achterin. Ja, hier. Het is natuurlijk kort na de uitschakeling, maar kun jij zeggen, want je hebt natuurlijk 5 weken met deze spelersgroep getraind en ook een aantal jonge jongens, of dit iets in jouw ogen iets kan opleveren voor de toekomst ook van het Nederlandse voetbal? Je staat op de kaart met die halve finale, maar zit er wat achter? Heb je er vertrouwen in?
Nou ja, dat zeker. Als ik zie ook hoe de selectie nu is, wat er nog allemaal niet, ook niet door fitheid niet bij kon zijn, denk ik dat er zeker toekomst voor Nederland zit met het nationale team. Dat is 1. En ik denk dat de wijze waarop dat we met elkaar gewerkt hebben en dat we ook best wel beseffen dat er ook wel mindere momenten zijn in een wedstrijd wat we moeten verbeteren. Maar ik denk dat dit dicht bij de finale was, en misschien dan ook wel weer het maximale wat we uit de groep hebben gehaald. Op basis van een geweldige instelling. Dus wat dat betreft ben ik trots op deze groep, hoe we met elkaar eigenlijk vanaf 27 mei bij elkaar zijn geweest. Hoe ze gewerkt hebben, wat ze gedaan hebben, hoe ze geleefd iedere keer weer hebben naar de volgende wedstrijd. En dus daar had ik ze graag gegund om dat nog 1 keer te mogen te doen. Maar helaas.
Just in the front row here.
Michael Boykov für 90 Plus German Media. Question about Xavi Simons. After his very early dream goal, he moved well between the lines. but he didn't have that many offensive actions. How would you rate his performance apart from the goal today?
No, he played well. He was dangerous. He scored a great goal. He had the offensive movements. He's always working hard, and sometimes we expect too much from a young player, and I'm really happy to have him for our national team, because he will have a great future by a big club in the future, and also for the national team.
Next question on the third row behind there.
Ronald, als je kijkt in aanvallend opzicht, hè, zit er... Ja, de buitencategorie zit er misschien niet bij ons. Zit er wel de categorie daar net onder? Of is dat ook nog moeilijk? Bijvoorbeeld, je hebt Zierikzee nu ook meegemaakt in zo'n wekenlang. Waar zit die ongeveer?
Nou, daar zit absoluut potentie in. En dat heeft hij ook dit seizoen bij zijn club laten zien. Er zijn ook meerdere jongens aanvallend. Maar het is natuurlijk niet... nog steeds die vijver is niet heel groot. Dus daar zullen we op moeten hopen dat er weer ook jongeren of spelers zoals Brobby, zoals Joshua, dat die zich verder ontwikkelen. Want ze zijn jong tot nog betere aanvallers.
Just one question over there, and then the gentleman here.
Hi, coach. Today I was speaking with many neutral fans, and we were hoping to see Netherlands, Spain in a final, because we would like to see football there, not a boring, as we were saying. So, do you have any suggestion to the coach De La Fuente to save, as the fans would say, a football to face England? Thank you.
I think England showed great football in the first half after 1-0 down. It's football, and maybe if you watch all the matches of them, maybe the Spanish national team is playing a little bit still more offensive with really wingers and great football from the back, great ball position, and you need to stop that. But England is in the final, and they have his possibilities to win it. Maybe from outside, maybe because Spain are playing on a high level, but England can stop them. Why not?
Okay, we'll take the last two questions, gentlemen, there in the second row, and then in the green in the center here.
Ronald, die eerste helft hebben die Engelsen je overbluft. En hoe is het mogelijk dat het Nederlands elftal zich zo weg laat spelen eigenlijk door die Engelsen? En heeft het misschien ook te maken dat er misschien een bepaald gevoel van voldaanheid was met al een halve finale?
Nee, dat totaal niet. Die vraag begrijp ik ook niet. Want dat is niet zo. Als je een halve finale speelt, dan doe je alles om uiteindelijk een finale te halen. We hadden gewoon heel veel problemen met 4 spelers van Engeland op het middenveld. En we konden er geen grip op krijgen. Maar dat is ook kwaliteit van een tegenstander. Dat is niet altijd maar dat het aan ons ligt. Wij hebben ook delen in de wedstrijd het balbezit gehad dat Engeland heel ver terug moest. En dat gebeurde bij ons in de eerste helft. Dus het is niet altijd als je minder bent dat het aan jezelf ligt. Dat kan ook liggen aan kwaliteit wat er staat bij een tegenstander. Als je praat over Foden, Bellingham. Dat zijn wereldklas players. En dan kun je in de problemen komen.
Last question in the center, then the green shirt here, please.
Ronald, je was vrij duidelijk over dat strafschopmoment. Wat vond je verder van de scheidsrechter? Want ik had het idee dat je spelers in de tweede helft af en toe helemaal niets van snapten wat gebeurde op het veld.
Dat gevoel had ik ook wel. Ik vond dat hij voor heel lullige dingetjes floot. Ik denk, als de spelers aan de Engeland kant zich zo laten vallen dat er in Engeland niet voor gefloten wordt. Maar vanavond werd er wel voor gefloten. Want er waren heel veel momenten waar niets aan de hand was. Maar dat is niet waarom je verliest. Je verliest uiteindelijk dat zij een geweldige tweede goal maken. Maar bij momenten vond ik dat de scheidsrechter veel te makkelijk floot voor overtredingen wat geen overtredingen waren.
Okay, thank you well. Thank you very much. England manager Gareth Southgate is on his way in about 2 or 3 minutes. Thank you.
Congratulations to England for reaching the final. With us is Gareth Southgate for the post-match press conference. Can I have a show of hands, please? And don't forget to say your name and the media house. Let's start from there, in the middle. Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Tian Haoshen from Titan Sports China. Congratulations for reaching the final. England is the first team in the history of Euro to reach the final after twice being behind in disadvantageous situation in the quarterfinals and semi-final. Why the miracle always happen to your team? Why the subs always become super subs? Thank you.
Character. I mean, I think definitely tonight, I don't think we deserved to be behind. It was a moment. We'd started the game really well, and I thought our performance with the ball was exceptional, really good. We caused a lot of problems. It was a very complicated game. They kept changing the way they were building up, so we had to keep changing the way we were defending. They kept changing the way they were defending, so we were looking for different solutions. But you know, in the end, the players made so many good decisions on the field. People like Bukayo Saka, the defensive responsibility he started defending as a wing back, then he had to go into midfield to defend, then he had to defend as a winger. There were so many things like that going on all night. But I was really pleased with the quality of our play. It would be I would imagine, a long time since, or if ever, an English side had 60% of the ball against a side from the Netherlands. So it shows the more modern England way, but also the resilience and the character of the group, because Ollie Watkins has trained like that every day, and he's been ready for his moment, no matter how frustrated he might have been at not playing. He's been ready, and the whole group have been, and the way that they've formed, you know, it's a group with a lot of new players in it, and half of them had never been to a tournament, but they've bonded so well, and they've all got each other's back, and tonight was a great example of that.
Thank you. Over there. Thanks.
Hi Gareth, Steve from AP, sorry. It sounds like you've stressed out the king back home. We sent you a message saying he was on the edge of his seat like a lot of the fans. Right. Can you just give a message to people back home who obviously have been stressed out by that performance and over the past few weeks of your sort of late shows?
Well, I hope they're enjoying a few beers, really. We've had some incredible nights, you know, the last 7-8 years. These games have been dramatic because the goals have come so late. The only reason I did the job when I took it on was to try and bring success to England as a nation, and to try and improve English football, and to be able to take the team to a first final overseas. I'm immensely proud of that. But now, of course, we've come here to win. We play the team who've been the best team in the tournament, and we have a day less to prepare, so it's a huge task. But we're still here, and we're fighting.
Thank you.
Okay. Hi, Ollie Moody, DW Sports. Thank you. Kobbie Mainoo was everywhere in that first half, and seemed to be gaining confidence from everything that he did, pulling out the flicks by the end of the half. Do you think this was a breakout performance for him in an England shirt? And how important is it for the team to have players like that who bring a bit of youthful joy to the game?
Well, I think all of his performances have been exceptional, especially when you consider his age. You know, we haven't really had a player like him until now, so it makes such a difference when your midfield players can receive pressed and turn with the ball so easily and comfortably. It looks simple when he does it, but it isn't simple. But I thought him, Phil popping up in spaces, Jude, you know, our movement was really good, and you know, that caused a lot of problems. It caused them to adapt how they were without the ball. Yeah, we had we had the goal that's disallowed by a fraction for offside. We have the chance that Phil is just cleared off the line. So I was really pleased with our football tonight.
Thank you.
Hello, Gareth. Egil from Norwegian NRK. You chose to pick off Harry Kane, your captain, 10 minutes before the game was finished, your best penalty shooter. This seems like quite a gamble, but how does it feel that it paid off?
Yeah, look, Harry took quite a big knock when he won the penalty, so we weren't sure how long he would be able to play on for. And him and Phil were playing well, but we were losing a little bit of energy on the pressure. Certainly we weren't taking Phil off because of his performance, but we have got good players on the bench. That freshness we felt could help us, and we wanted to make that gamble in normal time rather than wait until extra time, having been to extra time twice. We didn't really want to go through that again physically as a team. So for Ollie to produce that moment when he did was it saved us another half an hour at least. But very, very special for him. I'm delighted for him.
Hi Gareth, congratulations. James Ollie from ESPN. Could you just talk a bit about the changes that the Netherlands made in the second half, the sort of tactical problem that posed for you, and what your thought process was in solving it?
Well, from the start of the game, they were dropping Depay lower, Simmons on the other side to normal, so building a little bit more with a 4. So we didn't need the 5 at the back, and we pushed Bukayo into midfield to pick up Reinders. They then adapted again because they were having problems dealing with us, so they left the left flank a bit freer in the latter part of the second half. Played almost a 4-2-2-2, much narrower. Meant that they had the numbers in midfield to make it more difficult for us. With Kieran had a little bit of a problem. Hopefully he could be okay, but with them giving us the left flank, it was a good moment to bring Luke on. We weren't sure how long he could play, but to finish the game we felt would be important. So they then adapted again with Weghorst coming on. They had more numbers through, so they were a 3-box-3 really in the second half, which again Bukayo did a brilliant job covering inside. So we weren't able to be quite as incisive as we were in the first half, but we kept the ball really well and we made them run. And maybe in the end, that's the bit that's fatigued them, that's been critical in the goal that we scored. So yeah, there was a lot going on in the game, and we had to keep making decisions and getting messages on. But in the end, it's the players that make the decisions on the pitch, and they did it brilliantly.
Michael Boykov for 90+ German media. England now have mainly played against defensively strong teams. Now they face Spain in the final, the strongest team in this tournament. Would you say that possession and offensive teams suit England better in terms of playing style?
Well, we'll have to get the ball off them first. So it's not as simple as us having the ball and making them run. I mean, they press very, very well. So we're going to have to be exceptional with the ball, and we're going to have to be exceptional without it. But it's a final. You expect it to be that way. They've been the best team. We're starting to show a better version of ourselves. The extra day is a concern. In the last few tournaments, that's been a problem for finalists. So we've got to, do the very best we can to recover the players as well as we can. But we're not going to be on the training ground. That's simple. We'll be walking through things or delivering things in meetings, which was the same for this game. But we're in there, and with what we've shown to this point, we have as good a chance as they do.
Hi Gareth, Simon Peach from PA, congratulations. You've touched on the personal criticism in the build-up, obviously the difficulties you had early on. Every knockout game there's talk of whether it's your last game. So with all that in mind, where does this rank in terms of achievements of your time in England, and how proud are you of everything?
As I said earlier, I took the job to try and improve English football, and we're now in a second final. The last one was the first in 50 years. We're now in the first that isn't played on our shores. I think we've got a team that will be together for quite a while, so it's not as though this is a team that's at the end of a cycle. We're giving people some amazing nights. I think we've given our supporters, some of the best nights over the last 50 years. So I'm hugely proud of that. I'm delighted if everybody at home is feeling the way we are, and the way the supporters in the stadium were feeling. But from our point of view, we're not finished. We've got, the greatest possible test to prepare for, and we came here to try and win the tournament, and that's still our aim.
Thank you. Yeah.
Gareth Southgate, Daily Mail. Will the experience of the 3 years ago, preparing for the final, be able to call on those experiences to help you this time around? And is there an important balance to strike tonight, just in terms of celebrating the moment, but also focusing on the game on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean the lads are singing in the dressing room, but they're straight in the ice, So there won't be any wild parties. We've had a couple of those already, so we pick our moments for those. But in terms of the experience, of course, every game you manage, every tournament you manage, you learn so much. When I took this job, I'd had 3 years as a Premier League manager. I've now had 100 internationals, some of the biggest games in world football. You learn all the time from that. So we're more calm going into the knockout games, because the first time we did it in Russia, we hadn't won a knockout game for 10 years. We hadn't been through the experience. Quarterfinals, semi-finals, we've managed a lot of those games now. So you're definitely much better prepared, because every experience you go through, you learn from, and you're improving all the time. Your knowledge, your understanding. I would say if you're a coach and you're not doing that, there'd be a problem, really. But the last finals, it's the first European Championship final I'd ever managed. So if I didn't get everything right, apologies for that. But we'll try and do better this week.
Hi, Gareth. Congratulations with the final. On the 13th of July, Yamal is having a birthday. He's turning 17. On 14th, there is the match. Do you have a present for this exceptional player, or you keep the medal for you? Thank you.
Can I get your name and the media house, please?
Harry, Armenia Media.
Thank you.
He looks an exceptional talent, that's clear. We have some good young players, but, Spain, Pedri, Gavi, Yamal, the centre-back, I've forgotten his name, sorry, from Barcelona, that you didn't bring, 17-year-old Kabasi. We're not the only country that has good young players. Sometimes I think we think we are, but it's not the case. So, we play a very, very tough game at the weekend. There's no doubt about that. But it's a final, so you expect it to be a very tough game, and we're proud to be there, and we're looking forward to the challenge.
I'll take the last 3 questions, okay? We'll start from here.
Hi, Gareth. Stan Wachman, nu.nl from the Netherlands. Koeman just said it wasn't a penalty. How do you look back at that moment?
I haven't seen, so I know our analysts that were looking at it thought it was. Presumably they've reviewed it very closely, so but no, I have not seen it actually.
With a question over here in the second row. Thank you.
Paul Joyce, The Times. Could just check on Kieran Trippier's injury, and was it a groin injury, and do you think he's got a chance for the weekend?
Yeah, not sure. We didn't want to take any chances, and we had it in our minds that bringing Luke into a game with that balance. At some point, we're still deciding how long he could play for, but we felt to be able to bring him into the game and finish with that balance was better than to start it and then have to take him off. So we'll have to see how Trips is, but I mean he's been absolute soldier for us, and to fill in the way he has and produce the level of performance on the wrong side of the pitch with the injuries he came into the tournament with as well has been absolutely phenomenal.
Last question. Yeah, thank you.
Rob Draper, Evening Standard. Gareth, really nice point of connection with the fans, obviously in contrast to the disconnection earlier in the tournament. Was that special? Obviously something that you've enjoyed. You said you need to enjoy that moment, but was that quite important to reconnect?
Yeah, I mean, we all want to be loved, right? So when you're doing something for your country and you're a proud Englishman, when you don't feel that back and when all you read is criticism, it's hard. So, to be able to celebrate a second final is very, very special. And, especially with fans that travel, our travelling support is amazing. The amount of money they spend to travel, the commitment to do that, to be able to give them nights like this. And, I think we have given them a few over definitely the last 6 years from Russia onwards. It means a lot. So if I hadn't been on the grass, I'd have been watching, celebrating like they were. So we're kindred spirits in many ways. But of course, I'm the one that has to pick a team, and so to be able to give them a night like tonight, very, very special.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your presence. Once again, thank you to the volunteers who helped us out, and congratulations to England for reaching the final.
Thank you.